Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Tuesday, February 4th, and the energies in the day adds up, reduced to number 6 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So when it comes to today's energy, one card fell out on my lap, so I'm gonna go with it. The whale. The whale came out in the reversal position. And with the whale coming out in the reversal position, so the whale to me ties into today's energy, because when I look at today's energy is all even numbers. The month is an even number, which is a feminine number. The day is an even number, which is a feminine number. And the energies in the day adds up to an even number, which is a feminine number. The only thing is masculine about the day is the year, which adds up to the number 9, which is an uneven number. And to me, feminine is introspective, masculine is expressive. It's gaining energy from taking action. It's like, to me, masculine energy would almost be like extroverted energy, and feminine energy would be like introverted energy, where a thing is energized from going within, or everything happens within with feminine and everything happens out with masculine energy. And we all have, both energies within us, and it's good when we balance those energies within us. With the whale energy, I'm dealing with the water element, and for me, water deals with emotions, and water would bring me back to the feminine energy. It is in the reversal position. But what I saw immediately when the whale energy came out and it was in the reversal position, and if I'm not mistaken, it did fall out on my lap. With the whale energy in the reversal position, it brought me to something about emotional imbalance and disappointment from expectation. When it comes to today's energy on a whole, today's energy for me would feel like, let me look for more before I say anything. Today's energy kinda would feel like a good day. Like, I don't know if people get married on Tuesdays, but today would feel like a good day for family type events, a good day for connection, a good day for coming together, because all of this relationship, connection, unifying type of energy. With the whale coming out in the reversal position, and being the spirit guidance for the day with the spirit animal, with it in the reversal position, it will bring me to the thought of expectations and disappointment from expectations, but disappointed because of what we make the expectation mean. So I think of a person, like say someone didn't reach out to you and they were supposed to, and it's the story that you tell yourself what them not reaching out mean. It's like, why does it have to mean anything about you? Or why does it have to mean that, they don't like you or they're not interested or whatever the thing might be? It just brings me back to the stories that we tell that affect our emotions. When I look at today, the only thing that made me say, when I said today might be a good day for a wedding type of vibe because of all the relationship aspect to it. But then when I look at the moon in Taurus, which moon in Taurus to me would be good for that. But when I look at how it's squaring the sun, Mercury, and Pluto, to me, the reason why that made me say, I don't know, because with the moon squaring what's happening in Aquarius would bring me to the thought about something about friendships. There's something coming up around friendships, something coming up around our social circles. With moon in Taurus, we're nurtured at the thought of stability, familiarity, traditions. And with the square being made to the planets inside of Aquarius would bring me to the thought of, you know, it's like feeling like your peace is being disrupted. It's like they're disrupting my peace. And disrupting the peace with the moon in Taurus, not wanting to be bothered with much and stick to the, you know, the rivers and the lakes that we're used to. With the changes that are happening in Aquarius, to me, it's almost like there's something different about the friendship or the engagements when it comes to the connections, and something with that, it feels a little bit disappointing to a certain extent. So for some of us, you know, there might be something around expectations around friendships and friend groups. Yes, because with the energies in the day adding up or reducing to the number 6 vibration, the number 6 is an energy that is a social energy. It deals with our friendship. It deals with our connections. But then the number 4 energy, today being the 4th, the number 4 deals with foundation. It deals with stability. It deals with discipline. So with the number 4 and the number 6, say when those energies are operating in the highest frequency, the number 4 would bring me to strong commitment. Strong commitment. It's like commitment to the point where it's like when they say till death do us part, when people are getting married. To me, the number 4 operating and even in low frequency would say that, because the number 4 energy, once it commits, that's it. That's the energy that sinks with the ship. And not always because it's so loyal, but often because it's afraid of the unknown. So let me stay here and hope things change with this thing that's not working, because I don't know who I am if I step away from it. I don't know who I am outside of this. So with the number 4 energy dealing with major commitment, and then the number 6 dealing with community, the number 6 dealing with responsibility, dealing with love, dealing with family. When the number 6 is operating in the low frequency, then the number 6 energy is focused on the material side of things. It's focused on status. It's focused on titles. It's focused on, you know, how this person looks, how they will look beside me, what the world will think of me now that I have this car, I have this home, I have this partner. So when I think of the number 4 and 6, when operating in a higher frequency, yes, it brings me to that energy of feeling stable and secure and committing to something, you know, pertaining to family and goals and things like that, and being of service to the community. But these energies operating in a lower frequency, it would bring me to the fear of, losing something that we feel completes us in some way. And instead of thinking about ourselves and the truth or the root of a thing, we're focused and fearful more on the superficial aspect of a thing. And with Moon in Taurus, when Moon in Taurus is operating on a lower frequency, say a person has Moon in Taurus in their chart, when it's operating on a lower frequency, it could reflect someone having a mother or coming from a home that's exaggerated the material side of things, the Venusian type of things. So this is where a person could find themselves with a partner, and the partner looks good as far as society is concerned. Maybe they have the right jobs, the right credentials, or they might just look good. And those might all be the things that they bring to the connection, the fact that they have the credential and they look good. But then when it comes to like warmth and having a real bond and a connection, that's missing, because, you know, one was more focused mainly on the superficial aspect of things. Of course, when Moon in Taurus is operating in a higher frequency, I think of a person who's emotionally stable, emotionally secure, someone who is big on tradition, someone who is big on Venusian type things. In a lower frequency, this energy could be a hoarder, not wanting to let things go, always focusing on pleasure and, you know, material things being some form of, I said earlier, like, yeah, it's like material things completing a person to a certain extent. Also very similar to the energies in the day adding up to the number 6 when it's operating in lower frequency. So when it comes to today's energy, I see things in two ways. In one state, I see certain people, you know, feeling like they're celebrating their relationship, celebrating their connection, feeling really good about their relationships and connections, feeling good about the changes and waking up to certain things about a relationship and connection that they overlooked in the past. When I look at Mars in retrograde, positively speaking to Uranus and Taurus and Neptune conjunct Saturn and Pisces, it would bring me to a person, realizing that, wow, certain things within the foundation is shifting and my values are shifting, but I'm also seeing that, this person is actually a really good friend. This person's actually a really good partner. Or it could be another situation where a person realizes that, they're unhappy. Because today, when it comes to today's energy, whatever you find yourself irritated about, hopefully nothing. If you find yourself irritated, whatever you're irritated about is because of the foundation of a thing. And it's going to stem from the foundation of a relationship or a friendship or a foundation of status. And today is also one of those days that I encourage people to avoid social media or be very selective when it comes to the kind of information that you consume, because you can find yourself feeling way more fragile than normal. It's like waking up with this tender feeling. I think of like someone getting hurt, and then it's like a person getting a burn or a cut, and then the cold air blows on this burn or cut, and all of a sudden it feels so tender. Today could be one of those days where, as you open your eyes and take the first breath in, overall you feel tender and don't know why you feel tender. And I feel like it's because, thoughts coming in on lack, not having the ideal partner or ideal situation that has been marketed to you for years through movies and media and things. Not having the ideal connection, the ideal friendships, not having the ideal physical appearance, not having the ideal credentials, titles, and things like that. Those could be some things, that cause some of us to feel a little bit more tender than normal. And when it comes to this kind of energy, to me, this is perfect for us to redefine success for ourselves. And I feel like we often need to redefine what it is that we want. What are the things that make us want this thing that we say we want? And just being clear on that. What is it that you want, and what are the reasons why you say you want what it is that you want? Let's pause for a bit. I am proud of the services that I offer and excited to tell you about them. If it would be your first time booking with me, then I recommend the natal chart and numerology awareness coaching session. For a while, that was the only service I offered, along with the 30-minute tarot reading, which is still available if you're interested. I noticed the pattern. At the end of the natal chart and numerology coaching sessions, some of you would ask me for a follow-up service options for additional clarity and guidance to assist you with whatever you're going through at the moment. I kept saying, I'll look into it. I don't know why it took me so long. Finally, I have created that option along with the service option to book a solar return chart reading for those of you who are strategic and like to plan ahead. Everything you need to know is within the description box below. Let's get back into the video. Because, when it comes to this energy here, this could be one of these days where you wake up and you feel awful for not having things that you don't even want. But because you didn't check in with yourself, you don't even realize that you feel awful for not having these things that you don't even want. An example of this would bring me to, say, a person that, they watch movies and they feel like families should conduct themselves a way. But if you were to ask their family, they don't conduct themselves the way that they feel like families should conduct themselves. And they're pissed off at their family for not acting like a proper family. When you look at their contribution to the family and how they act, they don't act the way they feel like the family should act. Based on movies and their imagination and things, families should act like this. Families should be close. Families should blah, 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 whatever. But yes, still they low-key don't F with nobody in the family, but they feel like the family should be different. It brings me to the thought of, the person where it's like, they low-key don't F with nobody in the family, but then they'll come around and feel like the family's F'd up and the family should be a certain way. And it's like when the family do reach out and try to, get with this person, they're paranoid to begin with. So they're pushing people away, but then mad because people are staying away. That could be another interesting vibe when it comes to today's energy also, which brought me back to the whale and it coming out in the reversal position. So we have the 9 of Swords in the upright position. So when it comes to some of the challenging things that I mentioned about this energy, maybe some people might relate more to some of the challenging things about the energy, where it's like you're losing sleep because you have this thing that you don't even want. You know, the person's losing sleep because the family is so horrible when they contribute to the horribleness of the family. Like sometimes we have to really stop and check ourselves, because a lot of the times we'll point fingers and say people are a certain way, but don't see how us ourselves are that way. Don't see how we bring that situation, you know, how we bring an energy that we speak so much against. I think it doesn't hurt sometimes to ask certain people in your life that you trust, you know, ask certain things about yourself that you can't see. Ask them, do I come off like a selfish person? Do you think I'm a selfish person? And don't just, and unless you don't care to know. If you don't care to know, who cares? But sometimes we'll be so quick to say how other people are a certain type of way, and we'll find that we keep coming across these, you know, reoccurring people that are a certain kind of way. And if we were to ask a real one in our lives, like, do I come off this way? You know, they might help you to see some things that like you didn't know, like, you know, like in case, since you asked, well, boop, 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 and you're like so shocked to be able to see yourself in that way, not realizing. Because I see that all the time where, you know, someone might be saying that, you know, the family is so selfish, blah, blah, blah. And that person might be the biggest and most selfish one in the family, and the family reacts to them the way they do because their ass is selfish, but they can't see their behavior. They just see what's being mirrored back at them and not realizing that the family is mirroring them back at them. Now, I've had that situation within myself where it's like, I might say, you know, I can't stand this, that, and that, and that, and that about the family. And then from stopping and reflecting, I'm like, oh shoot, like, damn, I didn't mean to be this way. I didn't know I was being this way. And to me, this is where empathy comes in, because every time I catch myself being or doing something that I can't stand about someone that I didn't know or see within myself, whenever I catch myself doing it, it's like, damn, other people had to be putting up with this with me. And most people are not confrontational. So they're going to not tell you about yourself. Probably some will go tell other people about you, but not tell you about you. So it's like, for me to wake up to that, it's like, damn, it helps me to be more understanding to other people when it comes to certain things, because there's a big chance that they might not even see how they're being an a-hole or know they're being an a-hole. You know what I mean? Where for me in the past, I've been an a-hole and didn't know I was being an a-hole, thought I was being straight up and keeping it real, when it was like, that wasn't even necessary. Like, you could have kept that to yourself because nobody asked you. But really, I was sharing it because I wanted to get it off my chest, and not because it was beneficial for anybody else to know and felt justified. It's just so interesting. I just find that the more we point our fingers for other people's shortcoming, or all the shortcomings that we point our fingers for other people about, some of us would be amazed if we had some real ones in our lives that would be willing to call us out and tell us the truth. We'll be amazed. And, you know, some of us would be way more empathetic and considerate. I didn't say put up with people's foolishness. I didn't say justify it or okay it, but just realize that it's not even personal. Like, we would take less things personal if we're able to, you know, to really see ourselves and, you know, sit in and observe ourselves when we do certain effed up stuff, and realize that it had nothing to do with nobody else and everything to do with, you know, what world we were lost in within ourselves at the time. So it's like, when we come across other people's effed upness, we don't lose no sleep over it because it's not personal. You know, it's genuinely not personal. So you're genuinely unbothered. It was a pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a white heart in the comment box below. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.